Lenape High School for today's boys lacrosse match. We got the Seneca Gold Eagles facing off against the Lenape Indians. I'm Napoleon Hanano alongside Nick Timmer. What do you think of today's matchup?
It's going to be a great matchup. Anytime you get two district schools together, anything can happen out in the field. Seneca's hot this week. They've won their first two games back from spring break. But with Coach Sutphin and the Lenape Indians here at home, you got to give them the nod here. So anything can happen.
It should be a good game. Stay tuned for some lacrosse after this.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah Heart and Lung Center. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Zallie's Fresh Kitchen Catering at ShopRite of Medford. For parties large and small, business and family, and more. Fresh ideas, fresh ingredients, fresh results. 855-ZFK menu or on the web at zalliesfreshkitchen.com. Dan Higgins Wood Flooring Warehouse, your hardwood flooring specialist since 1985. Flooring showroom located in Medford, New Jersey. On the web at danhiggins.com. Davis Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Expect more. Delivering high caliber treatment and assessments with the application of cutting edge technology for rehabilitation and sports performance. Visit us on the web at davisptsr.com. Paradise Solar and Electrical LLC, your trusted electrical and solar contractor in New Jersey. 609-801-2420 or online at paradisesolarllc.com. For more information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000. extension 868,000, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org.
We're just about 7 minutes away from the start of this game between the Lenape Indians and the Seneca Gold Eagles. Always a good matchup when it's a district game, and we got one on our hands today.
Absolutely. So it's Seneca traveled over here to Lenape High School. A little windy conditions here today, but overall beautiful. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon, and an exciting full week back from spring break. So both teams should be ready to go.
As we look at the coaches for each team, Lenape is led by Coach Bill Suffin. He started the program here. He's been coaching ever since.
Yeah, recently picked up his 250th win, an incredible accomplishment. But Dane Reed on the other side has been an assistant with the Seneca program for years, and well-deserving of taking over the reins here. Has done a great job in his first season leading the Golden Eagles.
Any key predictions for the game between these two teams?
You know, I had a chance to talk with number 11, Travis Bauer, for Seneca just prior to the game. Travis is student council president, well accomplished in his athlete, but you know, he's excited about what they've done the last two games against RV, against Cinnamon. I see him doing a great job, playing the attack position, sort of a homecoming for him. It's kind of a family homecoming for him. In some circles, his dad, Brad, considered a GOAT of Lenape athletics.
Nice to hear. It's time now for the Jocelyn Sideline Report. Remember your year with a one-of-a-kind yearbook for your student. Yearbooks and parent ads available online at jostens.com. Let's send it down to Derek Smyers for the report.
Thanks, guys. I talked to both head coaches. From Seneca's head coach, he said winning battles when the ball's on the ground is key, especially with a lot of the turnovers are coming from battles on the ground. However, on the Lenape side, he said transitioning from defense to offense would maximize their shorthanded opportunities and maximizing scoring opportunities. Thanks, guys, and back to you.
Thank you, Derek, for the report. Some key things he pointed out was the possession battle, and what I see from Seneca is they have one of the weak points that their coaches pointed out was maintaining time possession, but they are very strong in scoring in transition. So maybe that's something you got to watch out for in this game.
I think so. I think ground balls are going to be a huge factor today. And a key word that stands out, too, from Derek's report there, opportunities. We have a younger squad here with Lenape. Opportunities is the name of the game.
It's time now for the Equitable Keys to the Game, providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other need-based products since 1859. Equitable. Together, we'll build the right strategy for your future. For Seneca, win the middle of the field.
Lenape, talk about finishing offensive opportunities. They can't let those go to waste.
And for both teams, they want to win the ground ball battles. Can you talk about how important the ground ball battles are in a game like this?
Absolutely, and it starts with the face-off. You're going to see competitive draws across the way, but any missed opportunities in the midfield, those ground balls, the long stick midfielders who pick up those balls in transition, that's really where this game is going to be won. We've talked about Lenape's youth, where they can create those opportunities. We don't need them playing reckless in the middle of the field. If they can hold on to it, they can be really successful.
Okay. I guess we can get into some of the starting lineups now. We got the starting lineup for Lenape. Anthony Martinez, Owen Dixon, Drew Cook, Jason Snyder, Joey Buonadonna, Cole Smith, Connor Hepperlin, Max Emmerly, Nate Warminski, and Evan Mishner.
And for the Seneca Golden Eagles, starting in goal will be Tyler Cornelius. He's a sophomore. Tyler Heinrich, Chris Rath, and Travis Bauer. Bauer and Heinrich are seniors who will help them out greatly. Marcus Schomer, Caden Kershaw, Aiden Buchanan, Jake Hassan, another senior captain, Gavin Horner, Evan Olson, Max Bauer, and Grayson Pickard. Grayson, another senior, a 3-year starter, will also help on that Golden Eagle attack today.
Okay, we're going to throw it to a PSA and we'll be back for the start of the game.
She'll get past one, look to shoot. Davidson shoots, and she scores! Abby Davidson, that's her 46th on the year, and the first of the game for Shawnee.
Ooh, and a great steal there by Rath for Seneca. Had to hold up a second there before he put the layup up, but he puts it in and fires up Seneca right into the timeout.
And we're back just about ready for a face-off here between Lenape and Seneca. And we are underway as Lenape come away with it. Moving forward, a lot of pressure from Seneca, but he speeds ahead. Tyson Drayton with it. Now back to Reggie. Patient offense here. Trying to find some space and some cutters. Seneca giving them space up top. What's some of the benefits of giving them space? Oh, it's Tyson Drayton. Driving through, he's got space, and a lovely save there.
Yes.
By Cornelius.
Seneca got in defensive shape and forced a bad shot directly at the goalie, and a great save there by Cornelius.
Some subs being made as they work down this right side. Max Bauer with it.
Yeah, we'll look to see Seneca do the same thing, setting up offense here. Again, defensively, it's you're going to give up shots. It's just about trying to create them from tough angles.
Looking for hangers here, Seneca. Swinging around the outside. Rath. Now over to Travis Bauer. Bauer back to him. Looking for cutters and angles. Making a run here. Any space and a save. Denied there by Snyder.
And same thing there. Good save by Snyder as the Indians look to work the ball back upfield.
Here's Emerly. Now Lawrence. Working on the right. A lot of stuff's being made early on.
Yeah, Lenape making sure it has its best attackers and midfielders on the field here, getting all their short sticks in. Seneca backing in on defense.
And a Blackburn. Back to Lawrence. Working down the right. Patiently looking for angles. Lawrence. Oh, with a great move. He loses it. Ground ball there. Scooped up by Lenape.
Nice shot by Lenape, showing its patience. We talked about ground balls being an issue, and being able to fight for one in the offensive third is a huge play and a great regain of possession for the Lenape Indians.
Looking for an angle. Can't get anything. Now to Mishner. Mishner to Warminski. Shot, but nothing there. It's going to stick with Lenape. Trying to find an angle now. Keeping possession is key here. For space. Drives past one. Warminski. Shot. It's going to go out and stay with Lenape.
Lenape's first 3 shots of the day here from the right side of the field to Cornelius's left. You wonder if they've seen something or if this is something they're going to look to focus on for the rest of the game.
Here's Mishner. Looking for space and options. It's going to have a shot. First one from the left. It's going to stay with them. Looking for angles. Lawrence drives ahead. Shot. Blocked well. Down the right. On the middle, Warminski. Looking for an angle. Blackburn. Shot. Nothing there.
Great save. And it's going to be a third opportunity here for the Indians on this possession, so you wonder if they can be here in transition.
And it gets through. Cornelius looked like he got a touch on it. But the first goal scored here from Lenape.
You give a team that many opportunities, and Lenape totally took advantage of it. A great credit to their offense and defense there. A total team effort to pick up that first goal of the game.
And what was a key note here from Seneca was one of their weaknesses was maintaining time possession. And there you saw Lenape just keep possession and then finally got the look that they needed to score. Another face-off here.
With Marcus Schomer back out for the Golden Eagles to look to win this draw.
And Lenape went again. Work on the right. Dixon back to Drayton. He's got space. Shot. Nothing there. Seneca take possession. Looking to transition quickly here. Working it down the left. Quick move here. Lost it for a second. They maintain possession. Hassan switches it over to Bauer. Bauer looking for space. Nothing there. Hassan. Back to Bauer. Looking for an angle. Bauer swinging across. Look to keep possession here. Just passing between those three players. Looking for space. They got a shot and a goal there. Looked to be number 33, Grayson Pickard.
So great ball movement by Seneca. Knew exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball behind goal line extended, getting cutters from the top where they had the ball for most of the time. Overcame losing that draw. But as we've talked about, that possession is so key. We'll see if the Golden Eagles can win a draw off of this goal or if it goes back to Lenape.
Two good moves by both teams. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. Here it's to look at Seneca's goal. And they got a cutter, perfect angle, and there was no saving that.
Now, it's great movement off the ball by the Golden Eagles. Never knew where that pass was going to go. They had multiple cutters. Great movement. Well-earned team goal.
As Lenape looks to get away with this draw.
All right, timeout by the Lenape Indians.
What are you looking to tell your players in this timeout if you're Lenape?
Yeah, and I think this timeout was key, just being able to win possession there. That's been the key so far, Lenape being able to hold on to the ball, and I think reinforcing that. They've had a couple good shots so far, and more so because they've been able to back up their shots and keep possession. So I think valuing those possessions, making sure you're taking not the first shot, but the best shot in there. We saw Seneca just get a goal by that same mentality.
What do you think Seneca is thinking at this point?
Yeah, so for Seneca, they just need to play their game. And we've seen that defensively so far. They have given up a few ground balls here in their defensive third that I know they don't want to give up those second chance points. So I think stepping up. All right, and so we've had 2 goals here in the game. The first by the Lenape Indians. Let's take a look at that because we've had they jump out to a good lead and important to see.
Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. And here we got a look at Lenape's goal.
Yeah, in transition, just a great skip pass.
And it just got past Cornelius.
Yeah, anytime you're moving the ball side to side like that in transition, it puts the goalie in just really an impossible spot. But an excellent shot there and great passing by the Lenape Indians.
Coming out of the Lenape timeout here. Good chance to regroup for both teams. Drayton will be with it. Drayton gets past one. Drayton now A swarm of multiple defenders. Gets away from both. And he loses it. And Seneca regain possession. Taking space. Working on the right. Gonna swing it over to the left here. That's Hassan. All defended, and it's going to be out of bounds. And it's going to be a Lenape ball.
The wind definitely playing a factor here, as you see, with especially the longer passes, difficult to control. You know, both teams are playing under the same conditions, but something to look out for the rest of the way.
Lawrence working on the right, trying to keep his way out of bounds, and he just runs through. That's 2 Seneca defenders. Nice cut. Ball still in.
It's a bouncy ball.
And they call it off.
Waving off the goal. Looks like he was in the crease when he took that shot. Great effort by the Lenape Indians. It was a bouncing ball, something I'm sure we're going to see more of today.
Strong move there from the Indians, nonetheless. Golden Eagles trying to control possession here. Swing it over. There's Bauer. And a timeout from Seneca.
Yeah, so important is getting that first touch there in the box. Just looking for some clarity from the referees right here. Looks like there was an offsides before the timeout was called. All right, and while the referees figure this out, we're going to take a look at the Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy replay.
And here you see nice cut there, and a shot blocked, and they get a touch that forces it out of goalkeeper's reach. He just turns, and he was inside the crease. Good move, but just a little bit too close.
All right, so out of the break here, it's going to be Lenape's ball. They'll be looking to get a touch here in the box and reset their offensive possession.
Working on the left this time. Back to Goldberg. Nothing there. Keep possession and work it around. Looking for angles and cutters. Tries past one. Gonna find space in the middle, but it's covered up well by Seneca. They get possession.
Yeah, great team defense by Seneca, trying to get Lenape to pass it exactly where their defenders were. These long passes continue to be an issue, though, out of the break.
Come away with it. Do the Golden Eagles. Long pass again. And Seneca will have possession. Right by Hepperlin. Works past him. Working down the left. Back up to Bauer. And settling it now on the right side is Pickard. Trying to work in isolation. Has a shot. Saved there by Snyder.
Great save by Snyder. He had the shooting lane to look at. Did a great job of getting down there and making the save on the bounce.
Kean Moore driving ahead. He loses it. And now they have an attack here in transition. Lenape cover up well. Rath. Pickard. Back to Rath. Now Bauer. Patient offense from the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. The Eagles not showing necessarily any urgency, waiting for that right shot. They seem in control. They have the offense. They went out in the field.
Horner doesn't have an angle. Trying to find one. Trying to shake off a few. But it's going to roll over to Pickard. A little ground ball here. He's going to win this battle. And Lenape come away with it.
We've seen Lenape in transition a few times before. Here they are, able to use legs. It's the passing that has been difficult. Here they are, now on the attack, 3-on-3.
Mishner with it. Patient. Looking for options and cutters.
That's a great
He's got
look.
one, and it's scored.
What a great pass.
Lovely goal there. That's number 7, Aaron Goldberg.
Great cut by Goldberg. Find that open space, and a great look across the seam there, and bury that shot. So Seneca taking its time, setting up its offense for sure. Lenape knowing that transition might be the way for them to come out on top today, and here they are 2-1.
Another draw here. These keep for possession.
Yeah, with 58 seconds left here in the first, this might be the final possession. You said it. Increased emphasis on this draw.
Lenape come away with it again. They're going to work down the left this time. Mishner now. Back to Mishner. Looks to be the final possession if Lenape chooses to take their time. Now to Lawrence. Lawrence trying to get past one. Does. And a shot. Gonna stay with Lenape. Gets past them, a shot. It's saved. Good job by Cornelius.
10 seconds left here. We'll see how the Golden Eagles choose to approach. Looks like they are comfortable running out the clock.
Long pass. Caught. Shot. Saved. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Lenape up by 1. 2-1. Indians. And you saw there, good possession being the key factor there from Lenape. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by iRehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. Here we get Lenape's goal as Mishner sees Goldberg making that cut, finds him on the money, and a lovely shot there.
Yeah, you love to see teammates setting each other up for success, not overthinking it, making that cut to the ball, and when you put the ball on target, good things are going to happen.
That will be the end of the first. Lenape Indians 2, Seneca Golden Eagles 1.
Yeah, and I think where Lenape is able to come and control this game, they've won 3 face-offs so far, and that's been huge for Lenape to be able to get possession and really get control of the game. They've lost it a few times in transition. Seneca's tried to slow it down. I have no doubt that the Golden Eagles are going to get theirs, but if Lenape keeps playing like this in transition, Seneca's going to have to think about changing the pace at which they play.
What are some adjustments you could see Seneca making heading into the second quarter?
I wouldn't overthink anything at this time. I think defensively, they just need to win that first ground ball. They're doing a great job of forcing the ground balls, of forcing the turnovers, but not picking up on every single one of them. You're not going to get all of them, but I certainly think that with a focus on that, we could see them make a few runs in transition as well.
Just about ready for the second quarter here. Both teams. Some good positive signs.
Absolutely. I think both teams, ultimately are feeling each other out, figuring out exactly how they want to approach the game. There's so much time left here. You don't want to expend all your energy there in the first quarter. So, I think we're going to see both teams take advantage of those opportunities to run, but at the same time, in a 2-1 game, every possession counts.
Key draw here. Can Seneca gain possession for their first one in the second? Lenape been very much in control of these so far. Buonadonna's been their main face-off guy. Here's the draw. Lenape come away with it again. Down the left. Dixon gonna play to Drayton. Drayton to Lawrence. Lawrence carrying over to the right. Drayton gets past one. Shot. Save. For angles here. Back out to Lawrence. Patient possession here. The screen. Lawrence. Shot. Another save.
Lenape in the right position to maintain possession. Seneca right now forcing the shots they want, but right now, even more so, they want the ball.
Lawrence with it. Back to Worminski.
And you're starting to see Seneca press out a little bit more than they did in the first quarter here, looking to rush the Indians a little bit out of their comfort zone.
Worminski trying to get past one. A shot, nothing there. Ground ball here. There's Lawrence.
Flag on the play, it's going to be against Seneca.
Ground ball here. Seneca with it down the right.
All right, with that, the referees are addressing the call on the field. All right, looks like it's going to be number 18, Aiden Buchanan, in the box here for a minute. So your Lenape Indians will be man up here as Seneca looks to ward off this penalty.
Mishner. Now to Goldberg. Over to Worminski. Worminski to the corner here. Swing around to Mishner. Goldberg. Just working around here. Mishner. Pass there. Gonna go out of bounds. No saved by Worminski. And a shot. And it will stay with Lenape. Lenape maintaining possession so far the entire second quarter, basically. Working around, here's Blackburn. Goldberg. Trying to get a shot off, he does. Gets by, and it's going to stay with Lenape. Second quarter, Lenape got a lot of shots, and they've been able to keep possession, even after some missed opportunities. Worminski. Swing it back to Blackburn. That's one, a shot. Save. Stay with Lenape again.
Yeah, Seneca's back to full strength, but right now, Lenape has not taken their foot off the gas.
Back Back to Goldberg. Keeping possession up top. Goldberg, more space, a shot, and another goal for Goldberg.
Great job of creating the shot for himself there, and Goldberg with another bounce shot, taking advantage of the worn-down Seneca defense. Just great job by Lenape in the right positions, shot after shot, to work to get that goal for Goldberg.
Been a keep. Let's take a look at the rehab play, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. Here, just a product, some good possession, tiring out the Seneca defense. Goldberg gets the angle for a shot. And lovely shot there, bounce shot, right past Cornelius. Face off. Seneca come away with their first one of the game. They lose it there.
All right, Seneca waiting to get its offensive unit on the field. And here's Max Bauer to complete that look.
Bauer down the right. Trying to find an angle or a cutter. Chased by Emerly. Slips there. No angle. He splits two. He's got a chance for a shot here. It's saved by Snyder.
It's a great individual effort by Hassan to create that shot opportunity, and now a long pass that Lenape's able to control.
Lenape. A little scuffle there. And Seneca can't control it. Scrum here and Seneca possession. It's Chris Rath, not a Max Bauer. Working down the left with Pickard. Pickard now swinging it over to Bauer, back to Pickard. Pace and possession again. Bauer.
As Coach Reed gets the offensive unit organized, ball's now in the hands of Chris Rath.
Rath. Angle for a shot. Saved again by Snyder. Good save there. Gets it up ahead. Carrying is Martinez. Martinez, a shot. It's going to go out, and Lenape are going to keep possession. Can Lenape string together a long possession again and capitalize with a goal, as they've done twice today? 3 times, excuse me. Lawrence. Setting up possession. Now to Drayton. Drayton. Best one, a shot. It's going to stay with Lenape. Cutter's there. Nearly flicked that one in. Another shot saved. Lenape keep possession. Lenape not letting off the gas. Continuing to get shot after shot.
You hear from the Seneca bench shouting to move their feet. Seneca doing a nice job of forcing the shots from Lenape, from a distance. And so, yes, as coaching standpoint, you want to keep moving their feet.
Drayton. Saved there by Cornelius. Flag on the play.
So Seneca can be man down again here. We saw this a few minutes ago. And Lenape really just bleeding the clock there in that sense. Plenty of time left in this game. But you trust that a big stop here from the Golden Eagles will go a long way towards them cutting into this lead.
To Drayton. Out of Warminski. Swinging around. And a Mishner, a shot. Gonna go through and stay with Lenape. Trying to find an angle on a cutter. Now Drayton, shot! And it gets through. A goal from Tyson Drayton.
Lenape Indians showing no hesitation to put shots on net. You know, to go up 4-1, not insurmountable by any chance, but what a great shot from distance there. It's starting to pay off for the Indians.
And Seneca have been giving those shots from distance, but when you give them that many opportunities, eventually one goes through, and there's the first one from Tyson.
All right, back to the draw. The Golden Eagles won this the last time, so Marcus Schomer back in the face-off circle, looking to regain the advantage for the Golden Eagles. We have Bauer out here on the right side.
This time, Lenape come away with it. A timeout is called from Lenape.
Yeah, just under 5 minutes here left in the first half. Lenape with a 3-goal lead here now and the ball.
Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. And here, you see Mishner swing it over to Drayton, and then shot from distance. A beauty.
Yeah, I don't think it's the first time that Cornelius hasn't had a clean sight on the ball. When they're taking these shots from distance, they're going to be bodies in between both Lenape and Seneca players. And so a nice job of getting that shot around the defense, but definitely a difficult one for Cornelius to see, even from out top.
Another timeout here from Lenape. What do you think that they're going to be talking about on this timeout?
You know, for Seneca, they have great leadership. At this time of the year, you have athletes who've played together in multiple sports. They know each other so well. So I really think it's to lean on their leaders, not just athletically, but throughout the classroom. You know, someone, Jake Hassan, is their senior class president. He's someone that, you know, we've seen him play out here today and take a lead. And so I certainly think that as a senior midfielder, we'll see him step up here. And I think he's someone in that huddle who's taking a lead right now.
Seneca have plenty of time. Still 5 minutes left in the second, and half time to regroup. Definitely not out of reach yet. Lenape possession. Drayton. Looking for an option. Now Mishner. Minsky. Swing to Drayton. That's going to go out and stay with Lenape. For an angle, a shot. This time going to go to Seneca.
Yeah, great hustle by the Golden Eagles there. A shot from a tough angle and great hustle by Seneca to earn that ball back.
See what they can do in possession. Long pass here. Brought down well. Driving past a few. A timeout called by Seneca.
Yeah, Kershaw was able to control that ball, but Coach Reed, knowing the value of each possession right now, that missed shot by Lenape and Seneca hustling down could be a turning point in this game, and Coach Reed does not want to miss that opportunity. Yeah, it's been a while since Seneca's offense has been able to get established here. You know, obviously they want to score, they want to climb back into this game, but it has to be the right shot. Lenape's done a nice job of making sure they're backing up their shots. Taking, again, a lot of them, not everyone's on target, but when you continue to have possessions, you do wear out that defense, and that's certainly impacting the Golden Eagles defense right now. We'll see if Seneca can do the same thing as the sun comes back out and on this beautiful Friday afternoon.
How do you stay in a game when you don't have a lot of possession? How do you as an offense, stay ready for your opportunity and take control when you have the possession.
Yeah, and I think it's just that. It's not rushing those possessions that you get. You can get eager and antsy when you do get the ball in that offensive zone, and you want to take those early shots, knowing you get the ball back, even if you miss and your teammate's there to back it up. But what we've seen from Seneca today, their offense, they do trust one another. They can really score from anywhere on the field. So you'd like to see everyone on offense get a touch again, get involved in the play, just so it's not like, oh, I get a touch here 2 minutes later and I fire my first shot. It's got to be a team effort here for the Golden Eagles.
Seneca coming out of their timeout here, trying to do just exactly that, take control and take their opportunity by the neck.
All right, and Hassan with the ball, get beyond goal line extended. Bauer setting up here, Travis Bauer in the top of the field as Hassan goes to work down below.
Trying to find a cutter. Slips, but gets under his balance. He's got a cutter there, and another goal. That's Travis Bauer. And that's the second goal by Seneca by that variation, getting behind the net and then finding a cutter and scoring right in front of net.
Yeah, great job by Hassan to draw multiple defenders. We talked about Bauer being up top, waiting for that chance to cut, and he did just that. We talked about his father, an accomplished athlete in his own right, but Travis recently the school record holder at Seneca for most pins in a wrestling season, and to see him successful out here on the lacrosse field as well it's a great, great to see him succeed at so many different sports.
Draw one by Lenape. Seneca do well to win back possession. Let's see if they can take control of their possession. They've been very efficient with when they've had the ball.
Yeah, ground balls we knew were going to be important today. And we talk about Lenape being a young team with a lead here. How can they hold on to it? And can Seneca, take advantage of the momentum that they have right now?
Hassan. Chased by Moore. Gets him to slip a cutter there. And another goal. Seems like that's their recipe to find the back of the net. It's worked 3 times now.
Yeah, 3-year attackman Gavin Horner there finds the cut. All eyes on Hassan behind the net, and a great job by the Golden Eagles, really, taking turns, making cuts from all angles. They're doing an excellent job of moving off the ball and creating those chances. An unselfish play there from Hassan.
Seneca have not had much possession, but they're only down by 1. They've done a very good job of taking control when they do have possession. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. And here, you saw Hassan made someone fall. Horner making a great cut and a lovely finish to get past Snyder.
Hassan creating clear passing lanes for himself, setting his teammates up for success. Great team effort.
Lenape is going to stick with their patient offense, it seems. Here's Goldberg. Going over to the right.
Yeah, Lenape's recipe so far, like you said, has been getting shots on net. Right now, the clock is their friend to try to slow it down a little bit. Seneca with all the momentum, even though they're still down 1.
Behind the net, Orminski. Now shot, and it gets through. What a response by Lenape. Gave up 2 goals in quite quick succession, but they have the answer.
Great goal by Lenape. Great job moving the ball around. We talk about momentum. Way to put a stop to it. This face-off will be incredibly important with that. Things are really starting to open up here, Napoleon.
Yeah. Seems like every possession has ended with a goal from either team. Scrum here. And Lenape come away with it, but do they? Ground ball. Bauer scoops it up.
Great job by Max Bauer getting possession. And that's going to be a timeout for the Golden Eagles. Just under 2 minutes left here in the first half.
seems like this is going to be another smart timeout because every time he calls timeout and they have possession, they go down and they score a goal.
Yeah, well coached by Coach Reed. Being up to draw the plays that are unselfish, and that's the thing. It's you look at Seneca's offense right now, and they have principles in place. They know what they want to do, getting the ball behind the net, and then finding cutters. We've seen a nice job of them getting an attackman typically in that midfield slot, making a cut through. We've heard Coach Sutphin yell from the sideline to anticipate. So, now as we've seen these goals come from the middle of the field and you expect Lenape's defense to squeeze in a little bit, will Seneca get opportunities to then shoot from outside the way we've seen Lenape be successful so far today?
You see a major contrast between the way each team is scoring goals. Seneca have been almost all their goals have come from cutters and a pass from behind the net. Lenape, almost all their goals from long range. So it'll be interesting to see how that contrast plays out in the rest of the game.
Absolutely. We know that Lenape has the firepower to continue putting up goals. To put up 5 on the Golden Eagles on so many shots shows that they're going to keep shooting all game today. Seneca can't let that get to them. If they need to try to win this game, 11-10, 15-14, there are going to be numbers put up in this game. We saw it slow down early in the first half, but ultimately we've got a young, excited team here in Lenape, and a Seneca team that has won 2 good games this week. It's been a long week. You don't get as much practice in, but that's where these timeouts come into play, where they can draw from the experiences they've had in their 2 games on Monday and Wednesday so far.
Let's see what they draw up here. Been successful up to this point. The timeouts called by Coach Reed. Can Lenape's defense adjust and not allow those cutters to get home?
All right, same thing. We have Hassan and both Bowers up here just outside the box as Hassan gets a touch and looks like he's headed behind the net once again.
Been successful so far.
All right, you see we have 3 Seneca cutters. Hassan not forcing anything.
Hassan finds Bauer. Takes it out. Settles it. Not a Prickard. Back to Bauer. Bauer behind to Horner. Horner. Can he find a cutter? He does. But it's saved by Snyder.
And a crease violation on Seneca, although the refs are going to talk about it. All right, sounds like he was pushed into the crease, so Seneca will keep the ball here. A huge break by the Golden Eagles, one they created really by throwing so many attackers there at the net. Lenape did a great job of defending it, though.
Seneca have done a very good job of getting cutters and finding them. That time Lenape does it a little bit better, but again, so much movement from the Golden Eagles. Bauer. Out of Horner. Bauer swings it. Trying to take. Well defended. Bauer finds space. Swinging it around. They got a shot. I'm just going to stay with the Golden Eagles.
30 seconds, and Travis Bauer made a great cut across the goal mouth there. Didn't get it, but I trust it'll be back on. These Golden Eagles, they're not forcing anything, and ultimately that'll pay off for them. 20 seconds left for Lenape to make one last run.
See what they can do with it. Carrying free. Seneca pressuring well. Now to Drayton. Drayton. He's got space. He fires a shot. Going to be out. It's going to be Lenape's ball with 2 seconds until the end of the half. Fires him in the middle. A shot and a goal.
They're going to count it. Wow. What a pass. What a release to get a goal there. I thought Seneca did a great job of delaying that ball to really chew up what I thought would be 20 seconds on the clock. To get a goal there at the end of the half is enormous for the Lenape Indians.
Fortunate break there from Seneca, but Lenape will be extremely happy with that goal to end the half. Just 2 seconds left when they inbounded, and they got past Cornelius 6-3 in the first half to Lenape.
Yeah, so we'll have a 10-minute halftime here, and both sides go to their respective sides. Seneca clearly frustrated by giving up a late goal there, but down 3. This is going to be a whole new second half. Both teams have shown plenty of opportunities offensively. It really is going to come down to those ground balls and that midfield.
Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. And here's the huge break from Lenape. Just 2 seconds left. Blackburn found space, got a shot off, and gets a nice bounce shot past Cornelius to beat the buzzer.
Yeah, an incredible pass. You heard the Seneca bench shouting for a defender to go over there to get in front of ball. He got a clean release, which allowed for the open cut to be able to go to goal. You know, Lenape giving Seneca a taste of its own medicine, scoring a goal there off of a cut. We've seen so much of that today, of Seneca cutting to the net.
We're going to throw it over to some sponsors, and we'll be back for the second half.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah Heart and Lung Center. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Zallie's Fresh Kitchen Catering at ShopRite of Medford. For parties large and small, business and family, and more. Fresh ideas, fresh ingredients, fresh results. 855-ZFK menu or on the web at zalliesfreshkitchen.com. Dan Higgins Wood Flooring Warehouse, your hardwood flooring specialist since 1985. Flooring showroom located in Medford, New Jersey. On the web at danhiggins.com. Davis Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Expect more. Delivering high-caliber treatment and assessments with the application of cutting-edge technology for rehabilitation and sports performance. Visit us on the web at davisptsr.com. Paradise Solar and Electrical LLC, your trusted electrical and solar contractor in New Jersey. 609-801-2420 or online at paradisesolarllc.com. For more information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 868,000, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org. The Project Lead the Way non-resident student tuition program offered by the Lenape Regional High School District at Seneca High School features a dynamic science, technology, engineering, and mathematics curriculum. In this 4-year program, students build skill sets that prepare them for the future.
Being in the Project Lead the Way program sets these students apart from other seniors that are applying to different colleges and universities. The students that have written to us have all expressed that they feel just so much ahead in terms of the types of projects that they're doing, in terms of their preparation and their understanding of engineering in general.
They're getting exposure to content that outside of this program they would never otherwise get. They're hearing things now for the second time in college instead of it being the first time. Coupled with the hands-on experiences that you get in class, I think really prepares you in a way that just taking regular science and maybe other STEM classes don't really put the whole package together.
The aspects of Project Lead the Way that really appeal to me are the hands-on experience that we get by using tools present in the classroom and the teaching experience that we get from real engineers.
As an engineering major myself, when I look at what the kids get exposed to in this course, they're so much better prepared to take the rigors of what an engineering major is going to give for them in college and then ultimately a career in there.
I think Seneca's program is great because it is cohort-based. They all know each other, they're all comfortable with each other. That comfort allows them to do genuine peer review. They can really critique each other very well, and it always helps them get better.
Even if you're not interested in the engineering aspect, you learn life lessons that you can use down the road, such as like failure is important to like succeeding and creating better solutions.
There's a lot of soft skills and problem-solving skills that will carry with them no matter where life takes them.
Students that complete the PLTW program can earn up to 9 college credits, all while receiving a superior LRHSD education that includes access to all activities and athletic opportunities offered at Seneca High School.
Seneca has a lot to offer. We have all of our athletics. We have tons of clubs and activities that really put any student at ease because there's something there for them.
I'm a part of the softball team, and I love our team because we're such a close family. I'm also part of the robotics team, and it's a hands-on experience that I don't think could be matched by any other club.
The best thing about Seneca as a whole, and it is kind of our mantra, which is Seneca family. And it's really about the culture and the relationships that the students have with each other, with their teachers, and as a community.
The teachers are very welcoming, especially for extra help, or like if you don't understand something, you can come in after school and they'll help you out.
Seneca family to me is just being in a community of people who really care about each other and look out for each other and want the best for everyone.
For more information about and to apply to the Project Lead the Way non-resident student tuition program at Seneca High School, visit lrhsd.org/tuition.
We're back for second half action, just a minute away from the second half action to begin.
Yeah, so Seneca down 6-3 right now. Lenape has taken nearly twice as many shots as the Golden Eagles, following their shots and really doing a good job of keeping that possession.
It's time now for the Jocelyn Sideline Report. Remember your year with a one-of-a-kind yearbook for your student. Yearbooks and parent ads available online at jocelyns.com. Let's send over to Derek Smyers for the report.
Head coach, being down 6-3, they want to minimize the scoring and maximize the defense and communication. And Lenape's head coach is looking to just keep scoring, keep the ball moving, and keep playing call and focus on synchronizing with the defense and offense. Thanks, guys, and back to you.
So an interesting take there. We have Seneca looking to really focus on defense, Lenape focus on offense. We'll see which prevails.
Draw. Gonna be won by Seneca. Key for possession. Driving ahead. Now Horner. For space. Ground ball here. Horner. An angle. Can't get it. Horner looks to be injured. He fell hard and got hit hard. Quick start to this first half. Second half, excuse me.
Yeah, right now, most importantly, you hope for player safety, and that's across the board. Like I said, these student athletes, so many of them, such close friends. They've been together for so many years, both in the classroom, athletically, in multiple sports right now, with lacrosse being the focus season. You just hope that everyone's okay, especially here, late in the year. You really want to put a premium on player safety, and so we hope that we can take our time right here and make sure that everyone is gets a chance to
Horner able to walk his way back to the bench under his own powers. Really good to see.
Great to see. Such an integral part of this team is Gavin Horner. He's a 3-year starter as a junior, but more importantly, just as a leader on this team, someone that his teammates can count on. And to see him working off the field here, so important in what was a scary situation. So both teams look to resume to take the field. Like you said, just 35 seconds here into the second half. Seneca, as we look back at the field, did a great job there winning that first face-off, gaining possession. And so, doing a nice job as they ended the first half there in the face-off circle. It's going to be so important here for them to keep possession in the second half. And that's going to start with their defense, just like we heard from Coach Reed.
Lenape with it now. Driving ahead. Drayen does well. Play to Blackburn. Now to Lawrence. Lawrence receives a screen. He's got an angle for a shot. Warminski able to gather it there. Lawrence working on the right. Gonna play back out to Warminski. Now to Drayen. Working around the horn here. Blackburn. Now to Mishner. Defense a key for the Golden Eagles. See what they can do here. Mishner let off a shot. And the Indians will keep possession.
Seneca looks to reset itself defensively, starting to pressure a little bit more.
A shot, and Warminski gets it to go through past Cornelius.
It's a great individual effort there. Lenape did a good job of setting up space, and then just like that out of the reset, being able to add another tally there, 7-3, Lenape Indians.
We talked about how key these draws have been. It would be key for Seneca to get a possession here and try to get one back.
Absolutely. You can steal momentum right back there just by winning a few draws. And with a goal going back to the face-off circle every time, it's a fair chance for you to gain possession and momentum.
Very quick move there from Buonadonna. Mishner. Now we're Dixon. Minsky, another shot. And another goal. Just sneaks it past Cornelius. And momentum up swinging Lenape's way.
Yeah, what a great left-handed shot there. Same thing, being able to come around from around the net, get that ball high, shoot low, change of direction is always difficult to defend. And what a great shot there on target to make it 8-3.
And that's why those draws are so key. Let's look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. There, Orminsky gets it past the near post and scores. Golden Eagles have it now. Ground ball, can they keep possession? They do. Bauer does well. Well defended there by the Indians. Up to Emerly. Emerly charging ahead. And to Goldberg, another shot. This time saved by Cornelius.
Nice job by Cornelius, staying steady. We talk about the face-offs, and here the way the midfield is playing, it's really not till they're getting a touch in the offensive zone that you can rule in favor of one team or the other. Seneca looks now to slow it down a little bit and take advantage of their offense.
Hassan with it. Setting up their offense. Trying to find an angle. He loses it this time. He's able to trying to find an angle and a cutter. Finds one. Bauer shot.
Seneca able to keep possession there. Great patience by Hassan to find the open Bauer, and so Seneca able to keep possession there with a shot on or a shot just off target.
Defended well, but Hassan's able to scoop it up. Tries to find Prickard, but it gets past him. Battle for the ground ball here. That's Bauer able to get it. They lose another one, another ground ball. Bauer able to scoop it up. Patiently, possession. Trying to find a cutter and an angle. Done this plenty times today. Defended better this time by Lenape. Lenape ball.
Yeah, great job by Lenape, taking away the easy passes from Seneca, not letting them get set up behind the net the way they were able to in the first half.
Seems like it was a point of emphasis from Suffin during their halftime break.
Yeah, with a 5-goal lead, you're starting to see Lenape play that aggressive defense, knowing right now that their best chances is to have the ball offensively. They don't want Seneca to get comfortable on offense.
Working on the left. Back to Blackburn. And they break past one. Gets past one, a shot.
And that's one of those shots from distance that you want Seneca was looking to force earlier. Now we'll see Bauer what he can do with it, earning that ground ball in the midfield.
Bauer trying to find some space for a pass. Emerly able to regain possession. Carries up. No space. It's taken away there by Bauer.
A tough break for Seneca. They're going to be man down here, looking to go the other way. Lenape's best possession has come in the man-up situations. They were able to roll that into a longer possession there in the first half. That's going to be key now with 6 minutes left, 6:30 left here in the third quarter. If Lenape can bleed some clock, it's really going to put the pressure on Seneca to become the team forcing it on offense.
Shot. A rocket there. Gonna come all the way to Seneca.
Off the
He's
crossbar.
laid out, and that's gonna be a flag.
Seneca maintaining possession, a chance to score here.
Bauer calling for it. Doesn't get it. Shot's gonna stay with Seneca.
So Seneca able to fight off that penalty, draw a foul of its own. And there are flags down all over the field, but Seneca now will have the ball with a chance to cut back into this lead.
Key possession here for Seneca. If they want to get back in this game, cut the lead, make it more manageable.
And the mentality here, you can only score one goal at a time, right? Getting back to that face-off circle, they're doing a great job on the ground balls here in the second half. But it really is, it's still Lenape with the 8-3 lead. Seneca is going to have to chip away here and try to get back to the face-off circle with a goal of their own.
Out of Prickard. Finds Bauer. Can they find a cutter?
So a 5-on-5 situation here. Lenape has the goalie as well. But a lot of space here for both teams to work with. Seneca and the way it's been cutting on the field will definitely look to take advantage of this. Getting the ball high up top now.
Prickard trying to work past. Berlin does well. Excuse me, work past Ogden, and a lovely goal. That's what they needed. Now can they take advantage, get another possession in the face-off circle?
Yeah, able to get full extension there was Pickard. And, you know, when you give that kind of space, that kind of momentum, did a great job of going right to left and then firing back across the net.
Key moment here if Seneca wants to get back in this game. Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. In here, Prickard, left-handed shot across net, sneaks it past Snyder. Great job there.
All right, so back to the face-off circle, and you see here we only have two midfielders out there with our Fogos. So Lenape gets possession. They'll look to set up on offense. And again, we're on a 5-on-5 situation.
Back to Lawrence. Lawrence. Working around to the left side now.
So now we're back to full strength, both teams with 6 on the field.
Now to Blackburn. Work on this right side. Now to Lawrence. Got space. Mishner. Bring it over. Shot. Bounces high. Will be Lenape's ball. Mishner. Trying to find it. That's Dixon. Dixon. Now Blackburn. Back to Dixon. He loses it there. He's able to win it back. Here's Mishner. Find anyone a shot. It's going to stay with Lenape.
Yeah, Lenape not afraid to get shots on target, leaving a man back, making sure that they maintain these possessions. It's a strategy that is really paying off so far for the Lenape Indians. And Seneca, unless they can force ground balls, is going to be stuck on defense for a little while.
There's Lawrence. Nice save there by Cornelius. Going to be out, and it's going to be Lenape's ball. Trying to find an angle there, a shot. It's going to stay with Lenape. Going to be getting a lot of shots off here in the second half. Shot, gets through. It's Declan Schifrin, a freshman.
Yeah, Napoleon, you said in the first half that each possession ending with a goal, and truly it is. And Lenape, I think, would be just fine with that continuing. Up now 5 goals. Seneca has its work cut out for them, really not being able to chip into this lead, and Lenape extending it here in the third quarter so far.
Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com.
Yeah, so Lenape fortunate to maintain possession there behind the net, which created that second chance opportunity. Took full advantage of that opportunity.
Seneca able to win the draw. What can they do with this possession? Rickard with it, staying patient. 3 minutes left in the third. Seneca gonna need to start to chip away now. Back behind net. Scrum down this side, and it's gonna be Seneca's ball still.
Seneca looks to get organized. In previous possessions, they've gone ISO here, sending everyone else to the side, the left side of the goalkeeper, and we're looking at that again.
Passing. Oh, wow. Able to work his way through a myriad of Lenape defenders. Finds it back in the net.
Yeah, it's Seneca threw its offense to the goaltender's left, and Hassan, who's been distributing the ball all game, able to work in, muscle off the Lenape defenders, a myriad indeed, to earn that goal for the Golden Eagles.
Gonna need to win this draw again. It was key that they won the last draw, and they ended it with a goal. See if they can win possession again. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. There. You saw how Hassan was able to work through a bunch of defenders in there. Just a nice finish.
Great hand strength by Hassan to hold on to that ball. Lenape defenders doing everything they could to get him to give it up.
Now Drayton. Trying to find an angle, working down the right. Here it is to Dixon. Now Drayton. Shot, saved by Cornelius. Can he find an option? In the air. Drayton able to come down with it. Maintain possession. Working over. Defended well. Trying to find an angle for a shot. He does. He's going to stay with Lenape.
Great effort by Cornelius to get that ground ball himself. He's going to have to continue to step up for the Golden Eagles as they climb back into this game. See Seneca pressuring the ball down here. Beyond the goal line.
Trying to cutter, but wasn't able to finish that opportunity.
There's Cornelius again, joining the defense here, and he'll start the attack upfield.
Cornelius with it. Worked on the right. In the middle. Trying to find an option. Timeout called by Coach Reed.
40 seconds left here in the third quarter. A key timeout here for Seneca. Did a nice job at using its width to get up the field, and they're going to have to continue to use their width here in the offensive third to get another goal here to cut this lead just before we head to the fourth.
We saw a timely goal to end the half from Lenape. Can Seneca get one of their own to end the third?
Yeah, right. How long does it take to score a goal? In this game, we saw 2 seconds once, so plenty can still happen here at the end of the third. It's up to Seneca, though, to get a good shot, right? We have coming out of a timeout, they have plenty of time to get a touch, get in the box, get their offense set up. What I'm curious to see is if they come back to Hassan here on the left side, or if they go back behind the net as they were able to be successful for in the first half. Seneca's at its best when they play as a team, and we've seen that from different ways so far here, and I'm sure Coach Reed is looking to draw that up just now. Now, from the Lenape standpoint, I expect to see them pressuring the ball. They don't want to let Seneca get into their set offensively. They want this 40 seconds to really start moving quickly and taking Seneca out of it so that they can't come and get a second possession. That first shot is not the best shot that they want, but forcing Seneca into something where they get nervous, they're up against the clock, down 4 goals, and then starting to feel that pressure on themselves. So I expect Lenape to play with the same pressure they're putting offensively, now in that defensive third. It's really the only way that they've been showing us. It's really the best way they've been showing us so far, and I expect to see that pressure continue, as they press out from the goal.
Coming out of the timeout. Here will be Seneca ball and a chance to cut the lead to 3.
All right, it's going to be Hassan here on the left side, working his way behind the net.
Can he find a cutters like he's had all game? Horner, not a Prickard.
Great to see Horner back in the game.
Hassan, 16 seconds. Not a Bauer. They lose it. 6 seconds. Able to pick it up as Horner. Horner pass into Hassan, but unable to finish there. Definitely wanted that one.
Yeah, we almost saw it there again with another buzzer beater. Seneca upset they were unable to get a goal there, but what we saw is their ability to move the ball, to get shots. I have no doubt we're in for an incredible finish here with Seneca looking to close a 4-goal lead.
Check the LDTV Sports website for a complete schedule of our playoff coverage.
Yeah, throughout the Lenape district we have not just incredible academic programs, but we're able to see our student athletes shine, and to be able to see them throughout the spring and to have the coverage on LDTV is a great opportunity to showcase far and wide just the strength of these athletic programs across the district.
We're just about ready to start the fourth quarter. Lenape Indians have 9. Seneca Golden Eagles down by 4 with 5. But it's been a battle of possession, and when Seneca has had their possessions, they've looked just as dangerous as Lenape has. So we should be in for a good finish.
Absolutely, and Lenape's been successful today because of the way that they have pressured the ball. Offensively, that's meant taking a lot of shots, following their shots, and creating second chance points that way. Seneca knows that they're going to have to continue to force difficult shots for Lenape. Unfortunately, for Seneca, Lenape's been hitting them all game long. So Lenape doesn't get to 9 without getting shots on target. And if they continue to do that, we're going to see them run away with this.
Just about ready to start the fourth. It's interesting how Coach Reed points his strengths and weaknesses of the game have been very much the story of the game. They've had a weakness in controlling possession, and Lenape had much of possession, but they were strong and when they did have the ball and in transition, they've been able, when they've had the ball, to get their opportunities and score them.
Absolutely, and Seneca talks about being fundamentally sound. We see that in the way that they've utilized their timeouts and set up their offense. But as you get late in the game, fundamentals matter even more because you hope that your team remembers how to play together, that they rely on one another, and I think we're going to see that just here. I don't think you're going to see Seneca cave to the pressure. They have experience, especially here on the offensive side of the ball, and I look forward to seeing them rely on each other. From a Lenape standpoint, I'm excited to see this youthful team play with a lead here in the fourth quarter. No doubt we're going to see a lot of energy from both sides.
Seneca able to come away with it. Prickard looking for an option. On possession here. Being defended by Hepperlin. Prickard. Trying to find an angle or a cutter. Patient possession. Trying to find the right shot. Tries to get past him. Able to get a shot off. Saved by Snyder.
Yeah, great job by Lenape setting up a shot from distance. Snyder able to make a save there and regain possession for the Lenape Indians. His midfield batters are going to be key.
Working on the right now.
Lenape gets a touch and is able to get its offensive unit out in the field.
Lawrence, not a Blackburn. Blackburn on the right. Get it behind, now to Mishner. Trying to find an angle. Slips. Unable to keep possession. Seneca, now a chance in transition.
Seneca can go on the other way.
Horner in for a shot. A nice save there by Snyder.
A great job by Heinrich to start that attack for the Golden Eagles, but now need to get back on defense.
Here's Lawrence. Lawrence carrying up ahead. Gonna play it back to Drayton. Blackburn back to Drayton. Now to Lawrence. Lawrence gets a shot off. And it looks to be a goal. Just barely sneaks past Cornelius. Unfortunate there for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, good things happening. Taking shots unexpectedly, putting them on target, following their shots. Lenape Indians have done a nice job of that. 10-5 lead here. We were wondering if Lenape would be able to hold off and get good shots themselves. They certainly were able to do so here. 9 minutes left here in the fourth.
Let's take a look at the replay sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. In here, see Lawrence gets a shot on target, and it just sneaks past Cornelius.
Yeah, so here Lenape won the draw, but lost the ball there in the midfield. Like we talked about earlier, that first touch is so important. It goes beyond the face-off circle when it comes to really winning a face-off as an offensive unit.
Shot there. It's going to be Lenape ball. Bauer was able to get a shot off, but wasn't able to get it past Snyder. Carrying up ahead. Gonna play it back to Hepperlin. Hepperlin. Down to Snyder. To Drayton. Drayton. Able to work past Seneca's pressure in there.
Yeah, good pressure by Seneca. Even better job by Lenape to break through it as they look to now work a little clock and really just work with this lead. I don't see why they would try to do anything other than what's worked for them so far. But right now, with a 5-goal lead, they got some room to work with.
Now Dixon. Trying to find an option. Gonna swing it over to Drayton. Drayton, can he get past one? Does well there. Shot, saved by Cornelius. Another shot.
A great second effort by Cornelius to make that second save. That ball's going to make its way out. But unfortunately not past midfield. Lenape's going to retain possession.
Fortunate break there for the Golden Eagles. Lenape take over.
Yeah, Seneca's starting to step out defensively, watching the clock tick down, and it's going to pose for some more ground balls. It's going to take effort from both teams to come out here in the last 7 minutes.
Looking for some space. Not a Mishner. Mishner able to get an angle there.
Great save there. We have a Golden Eagle down, though, so we'll hold the clock for a second. Injury timeout on the field.
Substitutions being made. The right units out there.
Cornelius with 3 big saves here late here in the fourth quarter. Keeping the Golden Eagles in this game, these offensive possessions are going to mean everything for the Golden Eagles. They are now starting to look up against the clock.
Cornelius, gonna play to Bauer. Now, here's Bauer. Trying to find space.
Nice shot by Travis to get a touch there in the box, but Lenape, again, really forcing Seneca out of its comfort zone, not allowing them to get set up, making these possessions take longer than the Golden Eagles even want them to.
Burkard. Looking for space. On the net, trying to find a cutter and an angle.
Hassan getting man marked there behind the crease, or behind the goal line extension, excuse me. Really getting no chance to get this ball.
Bauer. Unable to find an option.
Yeah, Seneca finding ways to get creative offensively with Hassan being taken out of the game. And so Lenape now on the attack.
Cornelius. Ground ball here. Well settled by the Golden Eagles. Key possession here. Can they get a goal and chip at this lead? Now to Hassan. Just above 5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, Hassan getting the ball here at midfield, so that doesn't come from a pass from behind. Able to distribute down low.
I'm going to stay with Seneca here. Bauer. By Emerly. Trying to find an angle. Nothing there. Defended well by the Indians. Bauer on this left side. Trying to find an option. Carrying through. He's got a man. Just a little late. Bauer. You have a shot. Looking for one. Got the shot. Got the goal. Cuts the lead to 4.
Travis Bauer able to get the ball back to his right hand. Shows patience. Great ball movement by the Golden Eagles. Able to cut this lead to 4 with just over 4 minutes left to play.
Key draw here. If they can get possession, they keep on chipping at this lead. If they don't get possession, seems like Lenape's been able to hold on to it for long periods of time.
Definitely a key draw here, and one that, as we've seen, is going to be a total team effort. just like this goal that we just saw from Travis Bauer of Seneca.
Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. There, gets it on his favored right hand and able to get it past Snyder. Seneca in possession now. Not a Bauer. Transition moment here. Can they get a goal? Horner just loses it, but he's able to scrum there. Can ground ball here, and Lenape come away with it. On the net now to Mishner. And Seneca come away with it.
Plenty of ground balls here in the fourth quarter for both teams. It's been a long week, an exciting week. It's coming down to the wire here with Seneca's possession. 3 minutes left in the game.
On the net is passing. Can find a cutter like he's had all game. The angle shot. Bounce shot past Snyder. Eagle there.
So that time we saw the Golden Eagles send a cutter through the crease. It definitely drew the attention of the Lenape Indians. Hassan was able to come out from behind and therefore create an opportunity for Seneca.
Cuts the lead to 3 with just over 3 minutes left. These draws have been key. Seneca just need every possession they can get. Let's take a look at the replay, sponsored by Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy on the web at ivyrehab.com. There, Hassan able to find a shooting angle. Lowly bounce shot over the top of Snyder. This face off. Won by Lenape. And it will be Lenape ball. Ground ball there, won by Lenape. Out of bounds. Last touch by Seneca.
Big opportunity here for Cornelius to continue to step up. He's done a great job here in the fourth quarter. Lenape likes to shoot. They've done a good job all game putting 10 goals in. If he can make a save here, it could turn into transition the other way. We'll see if Lenape wants to hold on to the ball instead. But shooting's been their way to go.
Goldberg falls and Seneca have possession now. And they lose it. But Goldberg works past one. Space a shot, saved. Seneca win possession. Ground ball. Lenape come away with it.
All right, so as Lenape gets set here on offense, Seneca's going to be down one man for 1 minute with just under 2 minutes left in the game. This is going to be big. We're going to continue to see Seneca put pressure on Lenape. Lenape has been at its best when getting shots on net. Something's got to give here.
Under 2 minutes left to play. Looking around. Finds an angle, shot blocked. Lenape able to keep possession. Goldberg rips a shot. It's going to stay. Or will it? Stay with Lenape. Trying to find an angle, a shot here. It's going to go out again. It's going to stay with Lenape.
Minute 18 left, and we're seeing Lenape do exactly what we expected, which is put shots on target. They can cut into this lead, or sorry, extend this lead. It might put the Golden Eagles away for good.
Holding on to a 3-point lead are the Indians. patiently in possession are the Indians. Just have to hold on to this lead.
Lenape takes a timeout. Seneca just seconds away from back to even strength. So they'll look to get fresh defenders out in the field. This timeout will help both teams, I think, adjust. But Lenape definitely here in a position of control and able to, hopefully, hold on to this ball, get one more shot on net, and could really ice this game.
What do you tell your team when you're down 3, only a minute left? What kind of advice are you giving them?
It's Coach Reed talked about being fundamentally sound, and I think that's here. You cannot take risks. I think defensively, your shape is incredibly important, but at the same time, it's going to come with a little bit more of aggressive play. But what that means is that your slides defensively have to be there, where if they're going to start to pressure out, they cannot allow someone to cut through the middle of the field. And so the communication is important, and I think that's what they're saying here, is to make sure that their slides defensively across the crease are there, not allowing any good shots. Lenape, is going to continue looking to shoot. It's been their best attack all day. Moving the ball around right now is going to play to Seneca's advantage because they're going to start throwing defenders out there. So I think that's the key right now for Seneca, to not play carelessly, but at the same time aggressive, and then when they get that ground ball, transition the other way. For Lenape's perspective, they want to get those shots. Typically in this situation, you want to keep the ball moving. You want to get it down low behind the net to force Seneca looking that way, keep the goaltender's head on a swivel. But I think you're going to see Lenape get that ball behind the net and then, try to find a shot, but not off a pass. We've seen a great job of them rolling to the net and taking shots on target. I expect to see something very similar here.
Just about ready to get back into play. Under a minute. 3-goal lead. Lenape ahead of Seneca.
Looks like Max Bauer ready to hustle back in for the Golden Eagles as they get back to full strength.
Drayton. Lawrence. Shot. Gets through. And Lenape will retain possession.
Yeah, Lenape shooting high to low all game. And if they miss, they're missing good. They have backup there. I expect to see that happen one more time here. Seneca ball here as we have a turnover by the Indians. That ball came back out of the box.
Need to move quickly. You're the Golden Eagles. Bauer. Not a Prickard. Prickard. Shot.
There's a shot. They're waving it
Called
off.
off.
So the play called dead prior to that shot. The referee is discussing the matter now.
Obviously, Seneca coaching staff not in favor of that call.
So Lenape was offsides, and that was the reason for the call. Too many men, in addition to a slashing call.
Under 30 seconds to play. Lenape defense just has to hold on.
So Lenape down 2 men here, which is what the referees have been explaining. Seneca, though, would certainly trade one of those men for one of those goals. They're going to look to score quickly here. 6-on-4 situation with 22 seconds left.
Clock is not their friend. Have to score as soon as possible if they want a chance.
Coach Sutphin telling them to get tight, to take away those shooting lanes. Seneca's going to come out firing. It's just a matter of how quickly they can score here. 22 seconds left.
Trying to find a shot. Clock ticking. Shot there. It's going to go out.
Seneca's going to maintain possession with 12 seconds left.
Need quick action here. Not a Prickard. Prickard, a shot. Goes in. Needed that. 7 seconds to go. Down by 2.
Prickard was the one who had scored the goal just prior to, or excuse me, just after the whistle there. 2 goals, 7 seconds. Anything can happen, Napoleon.
It'd be a miracle if they're able to pull this off. This draw virtually decides the game. If Lenape able to win it, they'll be able to win the game.
And this is, curious to see how Seneca chooses to win this ball upfield, and defensively how Lenape approaches it, looking to slow things down a little bit.
Seneca. And it ends with a ground ball. Lenape able to escape. Weren't able to score late, and Seneca made a late push, but Lenape able to hold on.
No, Lenape did a great job from the get-go, scored that first goal of the game, and really never looked back. They talked about being a young team, but they played, excited ball today. They got a lot of shots on net, and they worked for each other. Backing up their teammates' shots, earning those second chance points, and you give the Lenape Indians a lot of credit. That's definitely something that, they'll continue to grow on as they grow as a unit here. A great job by Coach Sutphin and the Lenape Indians today.
And that'll be it for our lacrosse action today. Lenape 10, Seneca 8. Sponsors, and we'll be back after this.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah Heart and Lung Center. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Zallie's Fresh Kitchen Catering at ShopRite of Medford. For parties large and small, business and family, and more. Fresh ideas, fresh ingredients, fresh results. 855-ZFK menu or on the web at zalliesfreshkitchen.com. Dan Higgins Wood Flooring Warehouse, your hardwood flooring specialist since 1985. Flooring showroom located in Medford, New Jersey. On the web at danhiggins.com. Davis Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Expect more. Delivering high-caliber treatment and assessments with the application of cutting-edge technology for rehabilitation and sports performance. Visit us on the web at davisptsr.com. Paradise Solar and Electrical LLC, your trusted electrical and solar contractor in New Jersey. 609-801-2420 or online at paradisesolarllc.com. For more information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 868,000, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org.
And we're back after a exciting game here between two district schools, Lenape Indians and Seneca Golden Eagles. Lenape able to take down Seneca in a long, grueling match, 10-8.
Yeah, it's a great rivalry we talked about between the district schools, and you give the Lenape Indians a ton of credit here. They played a tough game at home. They played to their strengths today. They didn't let Seneca get to them. Seneca certainly put together some strong goals, had a little run there, cutting it to 3-4 at one point, and it felt like they had the momentum. But Lenape really never gave it up.
It's time now for the Equitable Player of the Game, providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other DJ's products since 1859. Equitable. Together, we'll build the right strategy for your future. Call 732-452-7275. Let's send it down to Derek Smyers, standing by for the interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm alongside the player of the game here, Aaron. So, Aaron, what are your plans since you're a senior after high school?
I'll be attending Sacred Heart University, maybe walking on, we'll see.
Oh, congratulations. So what was running through your head throughout this match?
I feel like we haven't got a win in a while, but I feel like we worked extra hard today to make sure we secured that W.
And how do you feel about your performance?
I feel like I could have did better, but I feel satisfied. I'm satisfied.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Derek Smyers, for the interview. Thank you, Derek. It was a great game for Aaron Goldberg, had multiple goals, and was able to score some key ones in this game.
Yeah, it totally built the momentum for Lenape. Gave him a ton of credit there, especially in that first half, taking control of the game, taking Seneca out of its comfort zone defensively, and you love that out of your senior leadership.
Very big game from him. Obviously, Coach Suffin talked about how this is an inexperienced group. So when your seniors step up, it's always huge for them to lead by example.
Absolutely. You set that as a model of example for the underclassmen to follow. And, with Coach Suffin's leadership, totally expect that. And, a great opportunity there for Goldberg to show off today.
It's time now to take a look at the All-State Good Hands play of the game. Sponsored by Michael McDyer, CLTC. Call 609-654-1426 or Michael McDyer at allstate.com. Allstate, you're in good hands. And here's a look at Lawrence, able to shake one defender off him in a left-handed shot. Just barely gets by Cornelius, but it was a key goal in the game. And a little celebration there from Lawrence.
Certainly a key goal. Lenape did a great job throughout the game today, really stopping that momentum for the Seneca Golden Eagles. As we end this game, both teams are matching 4-6 records, looking to end the year on a good note.
It's been a great time. It's been a great time in the booth. See you guys in playoffs. Lenape improved to 4-6, a win 10-8 over Seneca.